irony. This is their greatest hit, she said. I'm going to have to turn that down a little bit, because it's really quite distracting, isn't it? Almost unworth hearing a book once you hear the magic that is Air Supply. This is their greatest hit, she said. I closed my eyes and nodded. It seemed important that I not say anything snide. My mind lunged about in possible Air Supply repartee. The only thing that came to mind was a high school soccer practice where John Carnoy mentioned Air Supply and Dave Anderson and Danny Lovato started chanting Fag Supply, what they took to the Australian accent. And how were Air Supply doing after all these years? Why, they were all out of love. They were making love out of nothing at all. They were, more broadly speaking, lost in love. If you are now thinking I rebuffed Elise because of her fondness for Air Supply, think again, friend. After 72 hours spent marinating in lust, you could not have stopped my dick with a taser. I actually probably would have totally been into some taser play, to be honest with you, if I can. When the time finally came, we auditioned numerous panting configurations with much attendant grind and slurp. The problem arose, as it so often does, upon reflection. Elise was supposed to be everything I wanted, brilliant, delectable, willing. But as I returned to Boston, as I furiously throttled myself to the memory of her haunches, my mind kept fixing on Air Supply. I kept seeing Russell Hitchcock in his lacquered mullet fro. Worse, I kept hearing his voice. Don't know which way to turn, he keened. Don't know which boat to burn. Right, I thought. The multiple boats, the bloody indecision over which to burn. Some of us haven't faced that. Did I honestly believe Elise lacked the emotional depth required to be involved with me? Was this even possible? Indeed, wasn't my willingness to dismiss this woman based solely on her earnest devotion to a soft rock duo proof of my own spiritual disfigurement? Turn it up a little. So lost inside you. In a word, possibly. In fact, my reaction neatly encapsulates the romantic inclinations of the drooling fanatic. I could see, based on the Air Supply situation, that Elise and I were susceptible to different myths. Hers were starry-eyed and operatic, full of blonde people in members-only jackets necking on tarmacs. Mine were shadowy and downbeat and involved horny communists engaged in light bondage. There was some chance our myths might overlap in the arena of depravity. Perhaps the communists were blonde. Perhaps the bondage could be staged on a tarmac. But soon enough, Elise would be sighing a lot and asking why I listened to such sad music all the time. Did I have something against just being happy? And I'd be gouging up her Air Supply records and then blaming it on her dog. Thank you, guys.